Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome you all to the cricket show, Cricket Happenings, with your host, Ram. Well, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, the what I have for you today is talking about the India South Africa series, which ended with South Africa already have won the series ODI series against India. They have taken both the games with just one more, the final ODI to come, which is a formality. South Africa have already won the ODI series. And besides that, I think this is definitely India, definitely have been totally outplayed in South Africa. I will come back to that. And then the Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe ODI series, which probably I thought that Zimbabwe were really getting there because after their showing in the second ODI where they leveled the ODI series with the final one to come. But one never thought that the Zimbabweans would cave in so meekly that they in the final ODI, they were bowled out for just 70 runs, which I'll be speaking about. And it was a very easy victory for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka took the series 2-1. Also, the 2022 Men's T20 World Cup is coming up in Australia, the flagship event of the year 2022, which is coming up in this year. And the fixtures have been announced, the teams have been announced, and definitely that is something that I'm going to dwell on. Besides that, right now, as I'm talking to you, I believe probably we are probably 1.5 hours from here when in the Caribbean, in the Kensington Oval, Bridgetown in Barbados, we will have the first T20 match coming up between England and the West Indies. And as you would remember, both these teams, England and West Indies, had a very tough time in this T20 World Cup. So I will try to do a brief preview on that, time permitting. Now, yes, my friend, I'm seeing your question there. The question is a little off topic, but which innings hurt you the most as a Mumbai Indians fan? Well, my friend, I will definitely give you an answer, but I would like to stay you through the entire course of this cricket show because I believe in answering the questions once my cricket show is done and dusted. So let's get cracking here on this particular cricket show. And I'm heading towards the India South Africa series. And as I said, South Africans have totally outplayed India in all departments of the game in the test matches and now in the ODI series. And definitely, it has been a real struggle for India in South Africa. And definitely, one never thought that probably India were probably thinking that they're going to get their maiden test series win. That was squashed by South Africa. And the ODI series, already South Africa have already won the ODI series with the one which is coming as a formality. And I have to say great credit to this South African team, which is a rebuilding unit after losing a lot of main players due to retirement and other stuff. And I think I will doff my hat for the South African team. Let's have a look at the Indian card in the second ODI yesterday at played in Pal, where the India were the ones who batted first, putting up 287 for six. Now, 287 for six definitely on this particular ground would not be considered a big score. The reason being shorter boundaries and the batsman can easily hit sixes. So basically, let's have a look at the Indian card. Now, KL Rahul, after taking the captaincy, he lost the first ODI and this second ODI. Well, he did. He definitely lived a very charmed life. He was dropped 3 to 4 times, I reckon, and he collected 55 runs, a fortunate 55 runs of 79 deliveries, which included 4 fours. Shikhar Dhawan, that's the best thing. I think Shikhar Dhawan, I really thought it was good on the part of the Indian selection committee to stick with Shikhar Dhawan, even though Shikhar Dhawan did not play well in the Indian domestic scene in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, where in 7 matches he collected only 56 runs. But I was really happy to see the selection committee actually sticking with him, because one knows that he's a very good player. And Shikhar Dhawan, it was just a matter for this particular, probably he was really motivated after the selection committee did not pick him up for the T20 World Cup, but he was picked up here, and here he was delivering for India in wonderful fashion. In the first innings, he came up with the goods. He ran into some big form with a knock of, I think, 70 or 80 odd runs. And yesterday, his contribution was 29. But he's not someone who's going to just stay there and scratch around. He will keep the scoreboard ticking, and that's what he precisely did. Virat Kohli, it was an absolute surprise. Yes, Virat Kohli made 50-odd runs in the first match, which was very refreshing, because Virat Kohli has been passing through a real trough right now, especially as his career, as far as his runs is concerned. There is, I wouldn't say, I probably have to be forced to say sometimes that he has lost his captaincy as well. But Virat Kohli is going through a tough period, no doubt. But very good to see that he went on to score a half century in the first innings. But the way he was dismissed was something which is very questionable. And again, in the second innings, if you look at this dismissal, we rarely see Virat Kohli getting out to a start. And I don't know what to say about this. But Virat Kohli was out for a block. The ball was pitched outside the off stump. What a tame dismissal that was. A soft dismissal, as we call it. He went for his favorite shot, which is the drive, and gave an easy catch to the captain Bavuma. So one does not know. But Rishabh Pant, well, he has been doing a marvelous job, whether it is the test matches, the ODIs. I think Rishabh Pant is really coming of age. He has already come of age. But what one is seeing here, the Rishabh Pant, after the talk that has gone on to be a bit mature, he's really showing that. And what a knock from Rishabh Pant. He took the attack to them. India were definitely not in a bad position. They were in a much better position than in the first ODI. So I thought he played a wonderful knock. What a knock from him, taking on the South African spinners in a big way and hitting them for fours and sixes, and a knock of 85 of 71, 10 fours and 2 sixes, which enabled India to reach a score of 287 for 6. Shreyas Iyer failed with the bat. He was gone to Shamsi for 11. Venkatesh Iyer, the other day we saw him bat. He could not get much runs. But here comes Venkatesh Iyer making a small contribution, I would say, 22 of 33. And that was good to see. Shardul Thakur, the best thing I think we have, what one has seen is that Shardul Thakur is showing his sort of utility in the Indian team. Yes, we know he's a capable all-rounder. In the first innings, he made, I think, 50-odd runs in a losing cause. But again, once again, he comes here and he picks up not out 40 of 38, 3 fours and 1 6. So definitely, that is a good sign for India. One is Shikhar Dhawan is a good sign. The other sign is the Shardul Thakur coming in the lower order and contributing runs, which is good to see. So definitely that's good news for India. Ravichandran Ashwin is showing his prowess with the bat, as once again he contributed an unbeaten 25, 24, 1 4, 1 6. And what was good to see, India were 239 for 6 in the 44th over. They not only made sure that they played the entire 50 overs, but also got runs under the belt, with Shardul Thakur and Ravichandran Ashwin combining in a beautiful manner, I thought, with making runs. So it was 57 runs to the good, which enabled India to go to 287. The South African bowling, Sisanda Magala came in. He was a bit costly, but I thought he did well in the first. I don't know whether he was there in the first ODI. I'm not sure about it. Lungi Giri, none for 35. Markram is being used as a really specialist bowler here. Edo was 1 for 34. Maharaj 1 for 52. Feliquaya 1 for 44. Shamsi did a good job, 2 for 57. And South Africa, in the pursuit of 287, they got a wonderful start from Quinton de Kock and Janeman Mallon. Janeman Mallon is a very talented player. The aggressor was Quinton de Kock, no doubt about it. And look at his contribution. He is someone you can never keep him away from the game. What a knock from him. 78 of 66 deliveries, 7 fours and 3 sixes. He really went after the bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah, especially Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. So Quinton de Kock, 78. Johnnyman Mallon was more restrained, but a good innings at that from Johnnyman Mallon. 91 of 108, 8 fours on 6. We really set the tone for their victory, one could call. Temba Bavuma making 35 of 36, 3 fours. Markram was not out, 37 of 41, 4 fours. Vanderdussen, 37 of 38, 2 fours. Game done. Game was over. They're winning the match by 7 wickets. And thus taking a 2-0 lead. Not only that, winning the ODI series as well. Now, problem, according to me, as the bowling is concerned, it stems from Bumrah has been the best, no doubt about it. But if one man does the trick, and also if you look at Jasprit Bumrah's record, I'm told that he has not taken a lot of wickets in the power play overs, and that is not good news. You need a strike bowler who could strike and get the wickets pretty quickly. That is a big essential for India. Now, so that has been lacking in this ODI series against South Africa. Bumrah, yes, not taking any credit away from him. Yes, done a good job. 10 overs, no maiden run for 37, and even in the first ODI, bowled well. But the problem area for India has been Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, normally you never see Bhuvaneshwar Kumar taken for plenty. Probably the South Africans had a game plan, and that is to really hit Bhuvaneshwar Kumar out of the attack. 8 overs, none for 67. Not a good bowling figures at all. Ravichandran Ashwin, he also got a bit of a clatter, one could say. 10 overs, none for 68. And also another ploy that South Africa have really employed here is that they have not allowed the spinners to settle. They have gone. They have taken the spinners absolutely head on. Yuzvendra Chahal, 10 overs on 47. Shardul Thakur, 5 overs on for 35. Venkatesh Iyer finally getting a trundle after not getting a trundle in the first ODI, which is good to see. His 5 overs cost 28 runs. Iyer also bowled a solitary delivery. Now, so I think India have a lot to work for. Some gains have been Shikhar Dhawan running into form. Shardul Thakur showing that he's a valuable lower order player. So that is that's a good thing. And so that is as far as India, South Africa. So it's all over. It's a matter of mere formality. I will be looking forward to see some experimentation being done by India in the final ODI. I understand that India has to salvage something, but I wouldn't be surprised if India thrust in Ruturaj Gaikwad into the mix in the final ODI. It will be good to see Ruturaj Gaikwad getting an opportunity, international opportunity other than the IPL. Let's get on to the Sri Lanka Zimbabwe game. So Sri Lanka Zimbabwe game, as I said, I thought the Zimbabweans were doing a good job after looking at their performance in the second ODI, where they went on to square the series 1-1. With the final to come, one definitely thought there's going to be a lot of entertainment. But I have to say, Zimbabweans are totally outplayed. The Sri Lankans put on 254 for 9 on the board. Charit Asalanka was the, even though Charit Asalanka scored only 52, but he scored it pretty quickly. 52 of 56 deliveries with 5 fours. But there was a contribution of Pathum Nissanka, who took the player of the series, 55 of 66. 55, 66, 6 boundaries included that. Mendes making 36. Mendes not getting onto a big score, but definitely showing signs of getting there. Coming to Mendes 11, Chandimal 17, Shanaka 15, Tunika Karnaratne 30, Ramesh Mendes 26. So, but the problem for Sri Lanka, 254-9, definitely a good score. And the wicket takers were Tendai Chatara, who has been the fastest Zimbabwean bowler to 100 ODI wickets. Well done, Tendai Chatara. Blessing Muzrabani, costly 1 for 63. Nagarava, 2 for 46. Masakadza, 1 for 42. Ryan Burl, 1 for 26. And 254 for 9. Definitely chaseable by Zimbabwe, considering that they have done a good turn for themselves in this ODI series. But one never thought that Zimbabwe will cave in so meekly that they were bowled out for just 70 runs in the reply, with Caetano being the highest scorer with 19, and there was only one other person who reached double figures. It was Ryan Burl with 15, and the damage was done by the spinners. It was Jeffrey Van der the leggy, really ripping through the Zimbabwean order. 7.4 overs, 2 maidens, 10 runs and 4 wickets. And it was Teek Shana, 6 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 10. Ramesh Mendis, the offie, 4 overs, 226, 1 wicket apiece, 1 wicket to Chamika Karnaratna and Dushmanta Chamira, doing some early strikes by picking up the top order, 2 for 20. Look at the Zimbabwean card. I'm not going to go through it. As I said, there are only two batsmen who reached double figures, and that was not an exhibition. That was not a performance that one would have expected from Zimbabwe after doing so well in this particular ODI series, running them so close in the first two ODI or one-dayers. But nevertheless, it's all over, and Sri Lanka have won the ODI series 2-1. Congratulations to Sri Lanka. Now, as I said, I would like to talk about the 2022 flagship tournament that is coming up, which will be the 2022 Men's T20 World Cup. The fixtures have been announced. It is going to be played in Australia. The groupings are England. The Group 1 consists of England, New Zealand, Australia, Afghanistan. I think it's a very strong group, according to me. Winners of Group A, runners-up of Group B will join on that. Group 2 consists of India, Pakistan, South Africa, Bangladesh. Winners of Group B, runners-up of Group A will join the Group 2. The first round, as you know, the West Indies and Sri Lanka are the ones who have to really work their way out. They have to first go through the qualifiers. They have to go through one phase, and only if they win, if they top, there are two teams which will top it, and those two teams the winners of Group A and Group B will go and join Group 1 and Group 2. So there is an opportunity in the first round where Group A consists of Sri Lanka, Namibia, and plus two qualifiers who would be there in the first round. So whoever tops the Group A will join the winners of Group A will join the Group 1, and the runners-up. So basically, two teams will be getting chances there, plus two qualifiers. So two teams will go and join Group 1, and two teams will join from Group B, which consists of West Indies and Scotland on Group 2. So it should be very interesting. So West Indies and Sri Lanka have to work their way out. And as far as Super 12s are concerned, the semi-finals is going to be held in Sydney on November the 9th, Adelaide in November 10, the finals at the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, on November the 13th. As far as the matches are concerned, the first match, the curtain raiser, will be the defending champions Australia will start their defense against the trans-Tasman rivals New Zealand in the SCG, and India and Pakistan will face each other in their opening match at the MCG. So definitely Australia and New Zealand, the first game will be on October the 22nd in Sydney, and the MCG, India-Pakistan, will be on October 23rd. So definitely one is really waiting. As I said, this is the flagship tournament of the year 2022, and one is really, really waiting to get to the 2022 T20 World Cup. Well, now I'm going to do a brief preview. As I said, probably right now, as I am talking to you, probably another 1 hour from now, I suppose, at Kensington Oval, Bridgetown in Barbados, we will be seeing the first T20 match with the England touring West Indies and the first T20 match between West Indies and England. West Indies, well, they are really, really struggling. Their batting is, one understands that there have been a lot of retirements. Chris Gayle is gone, Dwayne Bravo is gone, and certain people have not qualified due to fitness, like Shimron Hetmeyer, a talented bloke from the West Indies. And definitely for West Indies, it's a lot of pressure. They lost against Pakistan, and more than that, they didn't have a good T20 World Cup. And the biggest thing is that Ireland came and beat West Indies in West Indies. They beat them in the ODI series, I reckon, or T20. It was they beat them 2-1. So for West Indies, a lot of soul searching. The batting has not been really coming onto the party, and one is really waiting to watch West Indies really, really get into top gear here. Brandon King, as Brandon King, he's entering the team with he's one of the consistent players according to me, and he's going in with lots of determination. And he says that he wants to coin his name in all the three formats of the game for West Indies, and he wants to be definitely someone who will be there in the T20 World Cup in Australia. So well done, Brandon King. That shows your determination. Yes, he has some nice strokes. He showed it against Pakistan. Kyle Mayers is the other person who has to get into some good form after the 300 runs that he hit against Bangladesh, or probably the double century, I suppose, to save West Indies. He has not really been making any very, what do you call, consistent performances. Nicholas Puran, it's high time that Nicholas Puran really takes the baton. He has been he has been the West Indies team for quite some time now, and it's time for Nicholas Puran to really show to the cricketing world that what a wonderful talent he is. Roston Chase, absolutely another wonderful all-rounder. Kieron Pollard will captain the side. He himself has to get into some real batting form, according to me, and he has to see that he is taking the onus on himself with the West Indies batting not really coming to the party right now. Roman Powell, Jason Holder, it depends who is going to play. Fabian Allen is an exciting prospect, no doubt about it. Odion Smith is an absolutely an exciting prospect. He hits the ball hard and long, and he has modeled himself on none other than the mercurial all-rounder of the West Indies, Andre Russell. Dominic Drake's another good all-rounder. Romario Shepherd has been very consistent with his performances, another all-rounder as well. Akil Hussain has been bowling superbly. Hayden Walsh Jr., Rana Amlegi, and Sheldon Cottrell, who did not play a lot of matches in the T20 World Cup, should be seen in action this time. So now let's have a look at the England team. England are coming back after the drubbing that they received against Australia. But one thing let must tell you that this is not a test team. This is an England T20 team. Yes, they didn't have a good finish in the T20 World Cup. In fact, they didn't have a good time in the T20 World Cup. But here they are led by none other than Morgan, captaining the team. Jason Roy is coming on a rollicking century in the first warm-up match against West Indies in West Indies, where he scotched, I think, a century of 36 balls, if I'm right. And he's in form. Tom Banton is a dangerous player. He will open the innings with Jason Roy. So they are two explosive batsmen in the middle as far as openers are concerned. James Swens, he has really got himself into some great form. I would be really loving to see this bloke. What an elegant player he is. I mean, I only wish that he plays some nice strokes and really makes his place permanent in the England team. He's an elegant player. He's beautiful to watch. He's absolutely good to the eye. Moeen Ali, always, we know what he brings to the table. Sam Billings got an opportunity in the England Test team. He is someone he's in some great form. He's been doing some wonderful work in the Big Bash League. Phil Salt, a lot of things have been talked about Phil Salt, that he's an extremely dangerous player. Whether he will be getting an opportunity, because he's also a wicket keeper. So whether he's going to be given the chance, or it could be Sam Bennings. And I believe that Phil Salt is someone who really starts bashing the ball right from the word go. For him, even the first ball, he would be hitting it for a 4 or a 6. So he's such type of player. And then they have the bowlers, George Garden, who's been doing well, the left armer. That will be the Liam Dawson, the spinner coming up, one does not know. The bowling will be in the hands of Tymal Mills. And Tymal Mills should be a tricky proposition for West Indies. Saqib Mahmood, he's another one who will knock the wickets. Chris Jordan, what an experienced bloke he is. And then we have Adil Rashid, the right arm leggy, who has been doing great work for England as far as T20s are concerned. So one is looking forward to that match as well. And things, as I said, right now, I think by 15 minutes from now, the match will tee off in the first match of the T20 as England take on the West Indies at Kensington Oval, Bridgetown in Barbados. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it was an absolute pleasure bringing you back right now. I'm going to field the questions. The first question, I know that this question is a little off topic, but which innings hurt you the most as a Mumbai Indian fan? Well, my friend, I am not able to really, understand what are you basically talking about. I mean, as a Mumbai Indians fan, I have to really, drag back to. I don't know exactly what you're talking about because Mumbai Indians. Yes, I'm from Mumbai. I myself, I'm a great Mumbai Indians fan because I'm a great supporter of Mumbai Indians as I hail from Mumbai. And Which innings in IPL? Well, there are a lot of innings, man. I have one Rohit Sharma innings, Kiran Pollard innings, Hardik Pandya innings, and Sachin superfan Sudhir was beaten up at the Bihar police station. The tears is not a doubt, but sad. Nonetheless, absolutely very sad, my friend, to see what happened to this Sachin Tendulkar superfan. I really pray for him, and I feel very sorry for him, my friend. It was Sudhir who inaugurated the polling, got gone that. Oh, it's very sad, my friend. Thanks for sharing that information. I wish he gets justice. He really he's really been relieved from that. I feel sorry for him, but one does not know what really went on. But nevertheless, I think I mean, as you say, I hope things really get better for him, my friend. Well, dear fans, as I said, I have nothing else to say. So thank you for putting in your questions. But I do see that, dear friends, I have to say something here. I don't see a lot of consistency nowadays as far as the fan involvement in cricket happening is concerned. I don't see a lot of people milling on to my cricket happening show. The one day I saw a lot of people coming, I was answering questions, but now I seem to see a real dip in that. Well, I'm not really concerned because, as I said, cricket happenings is my passion, and I will keep doing that on an eternal basis. And I'm not bothered about anything. But one thing that I can tell you, my fan, and also I'm sure you'd have seen me contributing on your cricketing platform, Cricket Buddies. I hope you saw that. Yes, I'm not very consistent in that, but as and when I find time, I run in. And also, I don't know whether I should be going because I believe YouTube has involved is has introduced something known as YouTube Shorts. I don't know how I will get into that. Probably that will be something that I might be looking at probably in the future because I believe the views are really increasing on YouTube. That was the thing. Yeah, thank you, my friend, for that to tell me and let me know. That was great to see me there. That's good. I'm happy that you're happy now. And also, YouTube Shorts is something which I can experiment. Probably, it's just a 1 minute video that I have to make, but I have to really figure out as to how I have to do it. I can probably pop in every day instead of it's a YouTube. Yes, I know, my friend. YouTube Shorts is a great way to one. So I have to really figure out how I do it on cricket. Probably I have to really catch up some snippets and I have to share it. And I'm trying to do it, my friend. I have to figure out my ways as to how to do it. Probably that will be the best bet for me on my office days when I go to office. At least in the morning, I can immediately speak on my iPhone and probably do a 1 minute snippet or something of that sort on cricket. But I'm not promising. I have to really figure out a way. And when once I get there, I will definitely let everyone know that I will be on YouTube Shorts as well, because they say your views can increase, and why not? I don't mind doing that, but I am going to bide my time, and I'm going to look at how to do it. And once I figure it out, I'll be back, and I'll be keeping you informed, dear fans and subscribers, if I come up with this cricket happening show on a 1 minute basis on YouTube Shorts. Thanks for your company as usual, and look forward to the game between West Indies and England, which should be a real beauty according to me, and I'm waiting for that. And you all take care. Pleasure talking to you all, and look forward to your company once again tomorrow when I'll be recounting the tale in the first T20 between England and West Indies, which will be played at Kensington Oval, Bridgetown in Barbados. Okay. Okay, my friend, I definitely got your message. There is also another way to grow your channel. It's to speak a 7 to 10 minute summary of the week in cricket and post it as a video opposed to a live stream. Okay, my friend, I will keep that in mind as well and see how I can work out towards these things. Thanks again for sharing your suggestions, and look forward to your company tomorrow on my cricket show. Until then, it's your host Ram signing off this on a Saturday. Thank you.